Hey, we're Tardy Policy team. Today in this video, we're going to talk about Tardy Policy and Lincoln High School. Um, I hope this information can help you.
Good morning, my name is Jocelyn Reyes, and my information is about Tardy policy. You arrive at school late and hit mark late. If you are tardy for over 30 minutes, you will mark absent, but you should still show up. Okay, thank you. Bye.
These are the results of our SurveyMonkey survey.
There were 42 responses.
There were two questions.
The first was, when are you considered tardy to class?
The second is, how many tardies do you need to have to be at Saturday school?
The choices for question 1 were A. When you are on time to class. B. When you are outside the class when the bell rings. C. When you are inside the class when the bell rings.
95% of students chose letter B. 5% of students chose letter A.
The choices for question 2 were A. 6 tardies, B. 4 tardies, C. 3 tardies.
71% of students chose A. 40% students choose B. And another 14% students choose C.
Do we have tardy policy here at Lincoln?
So we have a tardy policy here at Lincoln, but usually no one obeys the rules because we have consequence, but the administration usually don't do the consequence, and so the students usually don't care about it.
And what is the consequence for being tardy here at Lincoln, and how many tardies does the student have to earn the consequence?
I know that they should give us Saturday school if we have more than 3 tardies, I think, but for some reason they don't do that, so the students don't really care about it, and because we don't have consequence. So
Thank you. Okay. What is the definition of tardy here at Lincoln?
The definition of tardy here at Lincoln is when the final bell already rang and you're still not in your class, or you're still outside. For example, you're still walking on the hallway. You are already considered a tardy person.
What is the consequence for being tardy here at Lincoln, and how many tardies does a student to have to earn a consequence?
The consequence for being tardy is a Saturday school, and in order to have a Saturday school, you need at least 3 to 5 late or tardies in your classes.
Thank you.
Good morning. I want to interview my Christian Barraza, and he is ELD3 student. The question is, what is the definition of tardy here at Lincoln?
Hi Jelly, how's it going? So for me the definition of starting in Lincoln is different according to each teacher. And because there are teachers that with 8 minutes that you are arrived after the bell ring say that you are late, and other teachers have more compassion toward the student.
Okay, the second question is what is the consequence for being tardy here at Lincoln? How many tardies those students have to earn that consequence?
According to what I know, with 4 tardies you can have consequence. One of them maybe be come to school on Saturday. To be honest, I don't know, agree with that.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
What is the definition of tardy here at Lincoln?
We have a tardy policy, but no one obey the rules. So most of the students do not care about it.
The second question is what is the consequence for being tardy here at Lincoln and how many tardies here at Lincoln and how many tardies does a students have to earn the consequence?
I know that they should give us Saturday school or some kind of detention, but the administration don't do nothing. So that's what I think.
So, in your opinion, what's this word is
Encourages?
encourage student most like to be on time?
So, students, what most likely will encourage them to be on time is, I mean, we have tried in the past to do different things to get students to be on time. We have developed a reward system, a class competition, to see which students, which classes are on time. I think the fact that we've slowly but surely in the past years moved the starting time of school, I think that's helped out a little bit, and those are some of the factors that could help out.
Okay, so to which pair are Lincoln's students most likely to be tardy?
So obviously, the very first period of the day is a very common period for students to be tardy. We also have students tardy. Another very common period is right after brunch and right after lunch, where students take their time getting to class. So those are the most common periods where students are going to be tardy, only because they start the day and right when they're finishing their breaks during brunch and lunch is when they're going to be tardy.
Okay, so in your opinion, what do you think is the best consequences for students who are tardy?
Well, I think that the systems that we have in place right now, where we have like a Saturday school and we have a Friday detention, they do those are okay. I mean, we don't Saturday schools are necessary because it's the way the school district gets funded from the state, and that's a way of getting the funds from students who are tardy or absent during the week. But I think that we need to begin thinking about different things that the students will have to go through. Usually, the best consequence that has had the best result in the past are in-house suspensions, where we have kids with excessive tardies and excessive absences miss a whole day of school and sit in the library. They cannot use their cell phones. They only could do work. Those are the type of things that have slowed down from kids being tardy or absent. I know that it's a very controversial method because they miss class time, but at the same time, it's the end result has worked out.
Okay, so what is the most common reason for student tardiness?
I think there's a lot of different reasons. I think that a lot of times students are getting themselves here to school, so they might take public transportation, and they might have to take a couple of buses. Another one is I think that when you factor in that they're getting dropped off by parents, sometimes parents run late. They have other siblings that they have to go drop off to other schools before they get dropped off here. So there's a various amount of reasons. I mean, obviously, there's also the reason that, kids just, are not getting up on time and getting here to school. They don't wake up early enough to make sure they're here on time. And also something to consider, but not, we can't prove it with data or anything like that, is what time are kids going to sleep? Are they going to sleep really late and getting up really early? Or just sleeping late and not getting up on time to get to school? Those are some of the factors that we can consider.
Okay, thank you.
Your opinion, what encourages students be on time?
To get a good start in their education, I personally give them a good morning hug and a smile.
To which period are Lincoln students most likely to be tardy?
Usually first or second period, and mostly the majority.
In your opinion, what do you think is the best consequence for students who are tardy in the past they will stay?
After school was giving lunch detention, and I would be a more accurate consequence.
What is the most common reason for students tardy?
Parents drop off late Monday, or the bus, or woke up too late. Late must be. The other reason would be taking the siblings to school or class.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
In your opinion, what encourages students to be on time?
So I think in general, if there's consequences for students being tardy and they're actually enforced, and consistency, that can help students be on time. I would also hope if there are classes that they... Thank you. I would also hope that if there are classes that they really enjoy, that they would be more attentive and try to... They try to get there on time. Sorry.
The second question is, to which period are Lincoln students most like to be tardy?
I would say usually it'd be first period, and I think there's a couple reasons for that. One, some students have true issues with transportation, like they might have younger siblings that go to Trace or Hoover and they have to drop them off first. And I think secondly, a lot of times high school age kids, they have a tendency to stay up late, and so it's really naturally hard for them to get up early, and so they tend to be late for first period.
And the third question is, in your opinion, what do you think is the best consequence for students who are tardy?
So I honestly am a little uncertain, but I would say probably the best thing that we've done before is Friday detention, because no one wants to be here on Friday after school. And so if that's actually, again, if it's a consistent message, if you're tardy, you're going to get Friday school, it might actually deter some students from coming in late. So I'd say Friday detention.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.